Glad to have you back. Our next guest is a Queens native who educated himself to become a successful filmmaker and producer. He's also the founder of Validate Yourself Film Festival. We welcome now award-winning writer, director, filmmaker, and producer Antoine Allen to the
How
show.
you doing?
Good
Nice
to have
meet
you, man.
Pleasure being here.
Hey, great. Listen, we love having award-winning artists up on the show, and you just fall into that category and the great work that you're doing. So for somebody who doesn't know about Antoine Allen, tell us a little bit about you, because you've come from a hard start to making films.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Queens, Jamaica. I used to be in the music business. I used to manage up-and-coming artists, also direct music videos. And then I just fell in love with film. I did my first short film called Split Decision and won multiple awards. And I just fell in love with it. You know, sometimes it's love at first sight. And then from there, I got into the film world, won a whole bunch of awards. And now, you know, I got my own film festival called Validate Yourself. And I started Validate Yourself to give my people a voice.
And when you talk about giving our people a voice, one of the things that always comes up is opportunity, right? To be able to see, to be able to have your work showcased. And you're giving people an opportunity to have their work showcased who may not necessarily have their work seen in other places.
Yeah, those are important for me because, you know, I paid away and did a lot of work and a lot of things for community. And I said, you know what, instead of me complaining about certain situations, let me create my own. And I think that's something that we all need to get into, because there's going to be things that you don't like. Instead of me complaining, let me start my own. Let's be part of the solution instead of be part of the problem.
And so as you take your own, you start your own and you start working, what goes behind the scenes? Because you talked about being behind the scenes and really having that passion about it. What's the behind the scenes that really fuels you in terms of your work?
Well, just telling a story that people can connect to. You know, I started my festival because as a filmmaker, I was on a festival circuit and I was winning awards, going overseas, and I was like, this is amazing, but there's not a lot of people that I know, that I see it myself, you know, the underdogs. So I started the festival, Validate Yourself, and it's always validating yourself. Sometimes we look for everybody else to validate, but the only person you need is a person in the mirror to validate yourself, that's it.
And when you validate yourself, things can happen.
Yes.
You're making things happen for other people. So let's tell people when the festival actually is.
Well, it's this year, September 13th to the 15th. We held it at Emily Stewart in Brooklyn, New York. And then we show around like 20 to 25 films, features, short films, and web series. And we also, this year, we have something surprise this year. We have a thing called the Monologue Challenge. And it's basically giving upcoming actors the opportunity to perform monologue, and the winner gets a starring role in the film and also $5 in cash.
That's awesome. What are you working on now?
Well, I have a feature film called Lola. It's a female boxing film. We start filming in May, and then that's my pride and joy right now. It's about a female boxer that's trying to find a way in life and use boxing as the catapult to get to where they are in life.
And so, if somebody's actually watching you right now, you talked about working on the music side, right, and helping up-and-coming artists. You making that turn now to go into film. For somebody who wants to do what you do, they see what you're doing, they see, hey, man, this is a career, and a guy who's actually been able to turn the corner. What advice do you give somebody who wants to do this?
Well, the first thing is know what you're getting yourself into. Have confidence in yourself and love yourself. Because you're going to need that internal love and internal power, because when you get into this industry, everybody's going to pull you apart. And the other thing is know the business. A lot of times we want to be in front of the camera, but there's the power's behind the camera. So know both sides, and also get the right people around you. Having the right team and the right people around you is a plus. That day you don't feel like getting up or you feel the struggle, your team going to help you and inspire you to get back up.
So the obvious question is, has there ever been a time when you said, listen, you know, with all this film stuff, I'm trying to do it, it's not really working for me?
Every day. Because this is faith. This is not guaranteed. When you go to work, you know you're getting that check every Friday. But this is like a faith. This is like a magic show. It's a motion roller coaster. But if you keep going, the light at the end of the tunnel is beautiful.
As far as inspiration, you guys, you take a look out there. Who do you see? Who do you watch? Who do you get your inspiration from to do your work?
Underdogs. I love when I see someone that takes something from nothing and turn it into something beautiful, like a Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is one of my big influences because one thing he has is power. You know, we could do all the projects in front of the camera, but behind the scenes that's what the power. That's what I'm trying to tell people: ownership, owning your stuff, and not being afraid to bet on yourself.
So if you're out there watching right now and you want to find out a little bit about Antoine Allen's work, I want to invite you to check him out and how they go about doing that.
Yeah, go to AntoineAllenFilms.com. All the information there. It's also, you can submit to the Validate Yourself Film Festival. It's open right now. Submit your short film, your web series. If you're an actor, submit your monologue, and bet on yourself and take that chance.
What was the turning point for you to say, you know what, I can do this thing?
living in Jamaica, Queens, seeing people dying and my area going to jail, it's like I want more for myself. And I could do it. It's just that I got to better myself because no one's going to bet on you.
Yeah. Antoine Allen's our guest here. We want to thank him for coming and sharing with us.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, man, nice to meet you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
When the film comes and you're due to release, come on back.
I will.
All right?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. Now, if you want to find out more about Antoine Allen's work and independent production company, we always encourage you, go to visit AntoineAllenFilms.com. And got to take a quick break here on Open. We're going to be back with more shows. Stay with us. We're coming right back right after this.